My grandmother. The person I admire the most is my grandmother. She is a strong, independent woman who has overcome many challenges in her life. She has always been a role model for me, and I am grateful for her guidance and support. My grandmother was born in a small village in Cambodia. She was the youngest of 6 children, and her family was very poor. She had to work from a young age to help support her family. She never went to school, but she is very intelligent and resourceful. When my grandmother was 18, she married my grandfather. They had a difficult marriage, and my grandfather was often abusive. My grandmother eventually left him, and she raised my mother and her 2 siblings on her own. My grandmother worked hard to provide for her family. She worked as a maid, a cook, and a seamstress. She also took in laundry and did other odd jobs. She never complained, and she always put her family first. My grandmother is a very kind and compassionate person. She is always willing to help others, and she has a big heart. She is also very wise, and she has always been there to offer me advice and support. I am so grateful for my grandmother. She is a strong, independent woman who has overcome many challenges in her life. She is a role model for me, and I am proud to call her my grandmother. Here are some of the admirable qualities that I admire in my grandmother. Strength. My grandmother is a strong woman who has faced many challenges in her life. She has never given up, and she has always found a way to overcome her obstacles. Independence. My grandmother is an independent woman who is not afraid to stand on her own 2 feet. She has always been able to provide for herself and her family, and she has never relied on anyone else. Kindness. My grandmother is a kind and compassionate woman who is always willing to help others. She has a big heart, and she always puts others before herself. Wisdom. My grandmother is a wise woman who has a wealth of knowledge and experience. She is always willing to share her wisdom with others, and she has always been there to offer me advice and support. I am so grateful to have my grandmother in my life. She is a role model for me, and I am proud to call her my grandmother. Thanks for watching!